Good morning. This was Bill's idea. Bill said if we were going to be kayaking, we really needed to know how to rescue ourselves. And so here I am telling the GoPro camera on the front of my kayak what I intend to do. Our plan was to head out to the river and to practice 2 different maneuvers of self-rescue. And I looked at Noel's YouTube before we did this so that I would have an idea of how these rescues were supposed to go. One of them is where you rescue yourself all by yourself, and the other is where you bring your 2 kayaks into a T position and rescue the other person. And the other was a method for coming alongside if both of you are not in the water and helping the other person. So this began our journey, and I will have to tell you, learning how to self-rescue on a kayak is the most humiliating experience you can ever imagine. When Bill said that we were going to go out there and get a workout, I thought, how hard can this be? I watched the Knowles videos. The girl would turn a kayak upside down, she would come back upright, she would climb out of it, climb back in it, and it looked so easy. Well, Bill was absolutely right. I found out that we did it over and over and over and over, and eventually, finally, it was never as smooth as those outdoor wilderness people's videos, but we did finally master both techniques. And oh my gosh, all I have to say is if you're going to be doing any kayaking, I think you should practice this, because you're going to find out it's a lot tougher than you think it is. And without practicing it, I would have never been able to do it in a hurry. I watched Bill try the technique several times, and secretly to myself, I was thinking, oh, I've got so much better balance. I'm more used to boats. I'm more used to things rocking underneath me. I'm going to be so much better at this. Oh no, I definitely was not. The first time, right before I went under, I kind of patterned through and said, okay, now what do I need to do? Where do I need to put my hands? How am I going to get this skirt off? And I thought through what the steps were going to be. That way, once I turned upside down, it would be natural. And it was. Boy, I'll tell you what, you are pulling that skirt off of the cowling quick, quick, quick. When I flip back up, interestingly enough, the GoPro has faded me out, which is probably good because this was extremely humiliating. And I tried from one side, I tried from the other side, I tried with the paddle in front of me, I tried with the paddle behind me, I tried all different things, because at this point we couldn't remember some of the exact specifics about what was going to be the angle of the paddle and where would it be positioned vice your body. And so there was a lot of struggling going on here. Like I said, you really need to practice this. It is not as easy as you think it's going to be. Now I know I can do it in a hurry. I know exactly how to reach and get the spray skirt off. I know what to do with the paddle floats. In fact, I think I'm going to keep the paddle float inflated on my kayak while I'm kayaking anywhere that's going to be over my head. The funniest part of this whole thing was we were in very shallow water for safety, and we did stand by for each other to rescue each other if we had to. And because it was shallow water, we kind of had to pretend that the water was over our head. And when it came to the part where you're hooking your foot into the cowling, it was so hard not to accidentally just naturally stand up and do these maneuvers. But we persevered and we got it figured out. And so here, for the most humiliating day of my life, I would have to say maybe learning to sailboard was one of the most humiliating, because I fell and fell and fell and fell before I finally figured it out. Maybe this was the second most humiliating. All I know is it's a very unflattering angle at which the camera ends up, but I did finally master it, and I would suggest that you do the same. This was my final attempt, and I finally made it, and I finally learned some of the dynamics of my kayak, which were, when it's full of water, it's extremely unstable, and you just have to inch your way around, not be in a hurry, and definitely get it bailed out before you do anything else, or you'll just flip again. Thanks for watching, And be sure to check out the blog article on how to repair a $140 accent kayak with $12 worth of supplies, because Bill did break his paddle in this maneuver. Thanks for watching. Please share and subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.